Okay, gonna do the voiceover here for my third part to my downstairs home tour, and this is the entryway to the house, so it's a little bit different than where I was coming from, but this is the foyer or the entryway, and as you can see, if you look down that door, that's the dining room, then into the kitchen. Again, one of my many child cupboards, child hutches that I have that we'll talk about later, and just some of the collectibles. There's a couple more of the more intricate samplers that I've done over the years. They are counted cross stitch, framed again by my husband, so they're hanging on the walls. Over on this side is just some winter decorations. I use baskets a lot to stack things up with, and I do the same with Crocs. It's another one of the really beautiful child cupboards that I got from Susan Shires up in Mount Carroll, Illinois. One thing, I have those Peters ammunition boxes, and Peters is my maiden name, so I kind of like to collect those boxes. I don't have too many of them, but I do like to find those where I can. A few more samplers, some stained glass window. There's 2 stained glass windows that are part of this house, original to the house. And then this is in the TV room part of the living room. This is where I sit and watch TV. Tim has a TV room upstairs where he watches TV, and I watch TV downstairs. We don't usually like the same programming, so I watch TV down here. That's an Arnett Santa, another child cupboard with a miniature jewel tea set in there. I want to say I have 2 of the Arnett Santas, and that's another thing Illinois is famous for, is the designer of the Arnett Santas, Stacy Droit, I believe her name is from Southern Illinois. I like quilts. I like old antique quilts. You'll see a lot of the blue and white and the red and white quilts, along with some mason jars and things I've collected in them. Some more yellowware. Again, see a lot of yellowware. I don't spend a lot on any of this stuff. I will tell you, I do look for bargains, so I don't want anybody to think I spend a fortune on things. I'm thrifty when it comes to what I buy and how I find it. One of my favorite blue and white quilts is with the basket pattern there. A child cabinet I got from Mary Springob, another great dealer in Illinois. We have wonderful antique dealers in Illinois. Just an overview of this part of the room. More baskets, and this is a lot of years of collecting. Smaller yellowware bowls, red and white quilts. I love the red and white quilts. These are 2 samplers, probably 2 of my favorites because I love the frames. They are from woodwork from our first old house in Fairbury when we lived there, where we raised our daughter. And then this part of the room you can see into what I just call the fireplace room. I put that table in the middle of this long room to kind of divide it up a little bit. Between the 2 sections, maybe give it a little bit of division and decorate it for the seasons. Right now it's got a snowman and a sled. Another cabinet that I have with some dishes in there, Americana folk art, pattern from False Craft, and then some dishes I found on Marketplace that I love, with some red and white quilts on top. The window seat, the pugs love the window seat. Like to lay up there and look out the back to our backyard, which will look a whole lot better when spring gets here. So we'll do some gardening tours out there. I'm starting to collect some miniature tins on those shelves I got from my friend Marcy. Again, another child cupboard. This one I found on Marketplace. And my cuckoo clock that was a Mother's Day present from Holland, Michigan a few years back. I do use trunks for coffee tables. I love trunks for coffee tables. There's one in each part of the living room. And then the mantle. I found this mantle over since the time we moved in here, a bit challenging to decorate, but I kind of like the way I've got it going now. It's an odd shape, and it's in the corner, and it's very tall. But I do decorate it seasonally, and I think I've kind of found some sweet spot with how it looks. That big cabinet there holds a lot of yellowware and some vintage tin maple syrup containers that I've collected. Again, very inexpensive, found on Marketplace or antique shops. Put those out for winter. This particular cabinet, there's another one of the child's cabinets there. It's a little hutch. Have the miniature molds in there along with the smaller yellowware bowls. And this cabinet is probably my favorite. We found this at an antique show in Sandwich, Illinois, which has some wonderful primitive antiques up there. I told Tim once, my husband Tim once, that gave him a list of cabinets that he can't sell if I ever go into a coma and can't speak for myself, and that's one of them he can't sell. So, yeah, that's the downstairs, and we'll be working on recording a tour of the upstairs of this old house and let everybody see that. So, thank you.